copy all.
Delta 62, thanks for the patience there. Monitor Tower 2532, great day.
Delta 662, 2532, good day. Ground Endeavor 5110, 5 northwest 0.
Window 5110, Atlanta ground, get way to the inbound Air Canada, runway 26 left, taxi via Foxtrot, Tango turn.
Alright, get way to the inbound Air Canada, and taxi via Foxtrot.
Thank you.
Hello friends, Jen Nittoso here. If I check my watch, oh yeah, that is not 10 a.m. as promised. But sometimes life gets in the way, friends. So we're coming in here a little after 3 o'clock local time at Hartsfield-Jackson, the world's busiest airport. Cleaning the lens off a little there.
Atlanta ground up 735, rolling up on 1.
Hello, Darmok. Sup?
Victor, thanks again for the patience, and let me know when they can take you, okay?
Okay, shorter Victor, we'll call you back, United 24.
Endeavor 5110, Monitor Tower 125.32, good day.
45, ground up to 370, Victor, loop ramp.
Delta 370, Atlanta ground, Victor Fox, ramp 2.
Victor Fox, ramp 2, Delta 370.
Endeavor 5225, Tango current, Monitor Tower 125.32.
3. Delta 1641.
Right now, it is a very comfortable 77 degrees at Hartsfield-Jackson. Winds are out of the north-northeast at about 13 miles an hour. Just coming in right there was Delta Airlines Flight 1771 coming from Toronto. I do not have my pow ready to go, but I will in a minute. Scheduled for a 3:25 landing, came in about 10 minutes early. If you're new to the chat, I'd love it if you'd introduce yourself. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me a fun fact about you. Just rolling by there was Delta Airlines Flight 662 coming from... Oh no, I think that was on the way out. That's on the way out to San Francisco.
So they were holding aircraft just waiting to hear back.
That was a Boeing 737 that just flew by the bottom of your screen, or really rolled by.
No, 1548, 2 south of Tango, ready taxi.
Rolling in right there is Delta Airlines Flight 346 coming from Denver.
Delta 1890, you're going to follow at 73 ahead, Monitor Tower on 119.3. 73 ahead, Tower 193, Delta 1893.
4944, Monitor Tower 125.32, good day.
2932, there, 4944, take care. Delta 1771, Victor Loop, ramp 4.
So 1771 on the ground, Victor Fox to 4.
Victor Fox to 4, Delta 1771. Ground up 1548, 2 south, Tango, ready taxi. 1548, Atlanta ground, 27 right standard taxi. 27 right standard taxi, number 1548.
Ground Air 246 South Hotel.
Endeavor 5246, Atlantic ground.
Okay, coming in right here. This is Delta Flight 842 coming in from Salt Lake City on an Airbus A321. Touching down about 24 minutes ahead of schedule there.
And 2260. There was airborne holding going on, and now they just hold at the Charles ground stop at the update time and top of the hour.
Delta 226. You okay if we sit down here?
Yeah, you're in a good spot.
Last night we had some rock and thunderstorms around Hartsfield-Jackson in the evening. Ended up having to hold quite a few flights at the gate. The runways were all clogged up. What time was that? Maybe around... Gosh, I can't remember. It was right around dinner time. You know, if you eat dinner early. Pow, 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 pow. Delta Airlines Flight 15 coming from Frankfurt. Scheduled for a 3:20 p.m. landing.
I don't know what the original one was.
That is an Airbus A330.
My board right now is updated 2015. Super north for Delta north.
Wheels down for that Frankfurt flight. Ooh. That was a little badonk down for that flight. It is a very technical aviation term, badonk. So, you know, don't go throwing that one around lightly.
2260, if you are shutting down already, you need to start a backup. They're going to let you go and only you go to Charlotte, and they said you're released in 15 minutes.
Give us a few minutes to get started again. Delta 2260.
I understand. Delta 791, hold for the 27 right at here.
Hold 27 right up here for Delta 791.
5496, ramp 4, join Lima, and you can stack the ramp 5. Unfortunately.
Got a handful of flights stacked up, getting ready to go.
46 hours, 119.3.
That is a Delta connection that you're looking at, Flight 4944, headed to Chattanooga on a Mitsubishi CRJ-701ER.
September 5465, Atlantic ground behind the RJ 27 right standard taxi.
Thank you to our community moderator for hanging out with us this afternoon. We appreciate you.
November and then hold sort of November 10th.
Sierra, clear across 27 right, 7 left on. The Foxtrot and I ran forward the winner and down south.
Coming in right now, that's Delta Flight 2465 coming from Albany. About 20 minutes early for that one, Airbus A320. Nice tight shot on that one. Wheels down there, nice and smooth.
The ground up 2410, Mike to 3.
1410 on the ground, stack to the ramp 3.
Stack to 3, Delta 2410.
Dallas 4116, Atlanta ground.
Anybody do anything fun over the weekend? I took my rescue pit bull, whose name is Monkey, to a fundraiser organized by the rescue she came from, Paws Atlanta, and entered her into the Best Pittypotamus category And she won second place. She was wearing a watermelon dress because her mama was trying to rig the contest with a cute dog outfit. If you follow me on Twitter, maybe I'll put a picture of a monkey in all her glory. Delta Airlines Flight 709 from Bentonville touching down right now in a Boeing 717. Good 20 minutes ahead of schedule there. Watched Le Mans. Ugh. Is that cars? Car stuff? Racing stuff? Work for Daniel Yeager. 24-hour race. Oof. Non-stop or like over the course of 2 days?
Westbound on Echo. Continue your taxi and under tower 125.32.
Give way to the taxi. You taxi over the tower, Delta 1005. Yeah.
Skywest 4116. Onto tower 125.32.
How? Same driver the whole time?
Sort of 15 heavy line around Echo short of Foxtrot 5. Call the ramp on the known next station, okay?
Coming in right now. Pew, 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 pew. Man, I am blowing it with my air horn. No pun intended. Pun intended. I don't know. Virgin Atlantic. Flight 109B from Manchester. Coming in on an Airbus A330. Coming in around 50 minutes ahead of time. Wheels down there. Hello from up the road in Athens. Hello, Kane Medic. Your dad worked across the field in the Delta TOC. Oh, that's interesting. For 40 plus years. Grew up going there on weekends and running into L-1011s, DC-8s, and other awesome planes. Cool. Teams of 4 drivers. Okay, well, that makes a little more sense. So they're all in the car and they just like climb over each other and switch when they need to take the wheel, right?
We'll give way to company, then short of 4, start of load. Start of 709 on the ground, Victor Fox on the ramp 4. Victor Fox on 4, Delta 70.
Ground United 2415. Mike to ramp 1, Delta 1965.
Please on 18-1. Okay. United 2415, ground.
Yes, sir, they're ready for us at Tango 20.
We are a relatively new show. This is our 3rd live broadcast together. You may see live broadcasts without me. Those don't count, right? Live broadcasts together, this is number 3, so we appreciate you popping into the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Coming in from Venice. Pow, 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 pow. It's Delta Flight 193 and a Boeing 767 ahead of schedule. Maybe I should get my air horn pulled up here. I mean, but Chris, maybe I'm onto something. Maybe we start a new racing series where everybody just has to like twister in the car to get behind the wheel. Maybe there's 4 steering wheels. You just switch. Who's on, who's off. I mean, that seems totally doable in a car that doesn't yet exist. Clearly, I am super educated about car racing.
I don't want to bring any more attention to you to get you out of your towers on 19.3.
All right, we'll hold short of 27 right at Lima Charlie and 19.3, thanks for also 26.
Taxi via Echo and hold short of Foxtrot.
Okay, coming around the bend for takeoff. We've got Delta Flight 1005 to Detroit. It's a Boeing 757.
Okay, if that's the case, you need to tell me so I can either have guys on the Victor loop passing or not. As of right now, you got the clearance to go. So just hold short of Victor, so let me know when you can actually go.
United 2415.
We're waiting for that.
Delta 840, Atlanta ground, runway 26 left, taxi.
Picking up speed there on flight 1005. Scheduled for a 4:53 Eastern arrival. Let's check out what's happening in Detroit. 63 degrees in Detroit right now with winds out of the east-northeast at 13 miles an hour. Overcast skies there.
Regard 5740, land to ground. 27 right, taxi via Lima Bravo. We'll only do some thank you.
Landing right now, that's JetBlue, flight 2814 coming from LaGuardia, Airbus A320. 34 minutes ahead of schedule.
For the 1432, land to ground, taxi to ramp 1. To ramp 1, just 14322. See ya. And Brickyard 5740, give way to the RJ and on ramp 4. We'll give way to the RJ, Brickyard 5740.
Taking off, we've got a Delta connection, flight 4116 to Bloomington, Mitsubishi CRJ-900LR.
Tango 20.
193 heavy Atlanta ground.
402 Central arrival expected for that flight to Bloomington.
Behind the heavy 76, taxi to 1.
Behind 76, taxi at United 2415. Got it. Here's the 1 north of Cristal.
2850,
Frontier Airlines
and continue taxi, Monitor Tower 1.
Jack the Rabbit livery.
Quick scan, Monitor Tower 2857.
That is flight 2317 headed for Salt Lake City, Airbus A320. That was a kind of like judgmental rabbit on the tail there, if you've never seen it up close. I mean, you know, no judgment from me, Judgy Rabbit. It's cool. Jack.
The 193 heavy behind the United taxi to be a Fox short of 5 now.
All right, behind the United, Fox short of 5, just 1.
The 1084. Continue your taxi and Monitor Tower 125.33.
No, continue taxiing, 125.33, Delta 54. Hey, ground 13, 3 north.
All right, we got a whole bunch of flights on deck right now to take off.
Continue after 26 left the Fox.
There's a Foxtrot, and then we'll turn on Foxtrot 4 to Delta 840.
And 652 at Foxtrot 4, give way to 321.
Good afternoon, Delta 2128, this is 3 north.
2128 Atlanta ground, stand by.
That was a Southwest flight to Houston that we saw just a second ago. Coming in,
2814 Atlanta ground, Victor Fox to 1.
Victor Fox to 1.
that is American Eagle,
Foxtrot 4, give way to 321.
flight 5412, coming in from Charlotte, Mitsubishi CRJ-900LR.
Give way to Spirit, Sierra, Texas, Mike.
Hello, Luke. Coming to us from New Zealand in the future. Kinloch? Am I saying that right? Kinloch Taupo? I hate butchering pronunciations. I hope that was right. Thanks for joining us this afternoon / this morning in your case. 3:32 local time at Hartsfield. This is Southwest, Flight 254, headed to Houston, Boeing 737 MAX 8.
Landing ground Delta 801, 4 north, Tango.
Taxi around.
Taxi around Delta 990.
980, make sure you make that left turn to go to 5 to get to 6 north.
319 out of 4, please.
Oh, Delta 319 out of 4, Delta 2128. Delta 31 Heavy is with you on the Victor line.
United 652, continue your taxi out. Tango current, monitor tower 125.32.
That Southwest flight expected in Houston at 4:25 Central Time. 3-year-old plane.
801, the
Alright, we'll start our taxi Delta 801. Ground up 1703, number 2 at 5 north, we have Tango.
1783, Atlanta ground, roger, stand by.
Ground up 31 heavy.
31 heavy ground.
Yeah, we're with you on the Victor loop for 6 north.
31 heavy, Atlanta ground.
Okay.
Echo, short of ramp 5, please.
Coming in,
Echo short of ramp 5.
Delta Flight 2177
Your patience, continue taxi out.
from Richmond.
125.32.
It's a Boeing 757.
Yes, sir. Foxtrot
Fun fact,
Foxtrot 26 about Delta 801.
fan of Richmond, Virginia, went to college there, lived there for a year after college.
2552, enjoy your day, Delta 2128, thanks.
Wheels are down for Flight 2177. That flight is a wee bit behind schedule, was slotted for a 2:50 p.m. arrival.
Delta 1703 is number 205.
Taking a look at the national weather radar right now. We've got some showers and thunderstorms, some heavy, moving through western New York, central and eastern PA, right around the Philadelphia area as well. That is definitely the busy spot on the eastern seaboard. Hey, did you guys see what happened in Philly yesterday? That fire that caused the overpass collapse on 95? You may recall that several years ago the same thing happened here on I-85. That was crazy. And it made traffic a nightmare. And we already don't do traffic all that great here in Atlanta. But it did get fixed in like an amazingly short amount of time, like a month and a half. Delta Flight 2320 coming from Charlotte, a few minutes ahead of schedule. Coming in on a Boeing 717. And I believe that was Flight 1084 to Lexington that we saw taking off in the background. So I was reading up this morning, and it appears it was a tanker that caught on fire. Over 500 degrees Fahrenheit to melt the steel girders under the overpass. In the Atlanta case, it was a bunch of cables and other things that were being stored under the overpass by, I think it was Georgia Power. So, different tinder, same result. Southwest Airlines Flight 594 coming in right now from Little Rock on a Boeing 737 MAX 8. Coming in 18 minutes ahead of time. 75 degrees right now in Little Rock, pretty close to what we are in Atlanta. Again, freakishly cool for Atlanta in the summertime. Although I will say, we often get a lot of cool days in June. It'll be real hot, and then we'll get what's called the wedge building in. Cold air damming, cool air slides down the eastern face of the Appalachians, kind of sits over top of north and central Georgia, and we get cooler weather. Taking off right there, that is Delta Airlines Flight 840 headed to Denver, Airbus A321. Hello, LHDDD. What up? Good afternoon here. Good morning where you are. Oh, our moderator saw it live stream on social. I only saw after the fact. Also talked to some friends who were stuck on 95. Okay, coming in from Little Rock, Delta Flight 2777. Coming in about 12 minutes early there on a Boeing 737.
Plane 320 Victor with for 4. Delta 742, give way to a 73 outbound at 2, please. Give way to 73 outbound at 2.
Delta Flight 801, headed to Montreal. Let's see what we got here. I've never used this particular air horn before, so if it's terrible... Ooh, I snort laughed. Sorry. Delta Airlines Flight 801, headed to Montreal on an Airbus A319. Somebody edit that snort out. Who did that? It was the dog. One taking off and one coming in that shot right there. Heading out. That is Delta Flight 2128 going to Wichita. It's a Boeing 717. We are all hanging in there, LHDDD. I know you told me, but my brain is mush. Remind me where you are coming to us from.
Delta 31 Heavy, roger. Echo Delta, call ramp 3137. Echo Delta 31, Delta. At Delta, give way to the 76, will be north, southbound.
Hello to Ian, who, if I remember correctly, is coming to us from Scotland. But there is a clue in the good evening. Let's see if I'm right. Maybe my brain isn't completely made out of oatmeal. All right, that's a Delta connection. Flight 3908 headed for Fort Wayne, taking off right there. Mitsubishi CRJ 900LR. All right, I get a brownie. I got one right. Mo Salder coming in from Woodstock, Georgia. Mo, our Atlanta live stream is relatively new. This is only our third live broadcast together, so I will still count anyone coming in right now as an OG. What does an OG get you? Fat lot of nothing. Just kidding. It gets you input on sound effects, songs, which pair of glasses I wear, hearing me snort, laugh, you know, all the things that are really important in life.
And ground Delta 193, they want to make sure it's okay if we do a Delta entry for ramp 6. That's approved, Delta 193. 193, thank you.
All right, who we got coming in here? Okay, there we are. Oh, you're right. Play it again. even though it was absurd.
1737 at ramp 5, give way to the RJ, they're going to be going in. What's the way to the RJ, ramp 5, ramp already, they ready for you?
Delta Airlines Flight 175 coming in from Milan on a Boeing 767 scheduled for a 4:15 arrival. Wheels are down there. So a little over a half hour early on that flight. So I was using sound effects from YouTube last week, but you just never know when an ad is going to play. Probably case in point for some of you right now. So I just found some stuff on Spotify. I got all sorts of nonsense in my phone on this playlist I found. So we can explore that together today. A lot of dog sounds. I don't need Spotify for that. I've got 2 in the living room right now.
You continue via Foxtrot to ramp 5. They'll transition you to 6 south.
Yes, Darmok, this is going to be a regular stream. As I mentioned, we are in early stages here, but we will be doing streams on the reg. That's a loud one coming in. The schedule is not set in stone yet, but we're going to be coming live to you several times a week. Somebody get me a banana. I think I just saw a banana go by. Oh, that banana's coming in on one of the southern runways. That was Spirit Airlines flight 806 Vegas to Atlanta. But in the forefront here, got a handful of planes coming up on the bend. Instant button sounds. Okay, I'm on it. Coming in the foreground, that is Delta Connection Flight 4942. Coming from Blounteville. Could be Bluntville. It's a Mitsubishi CRJ 900LR. Okay, taking off. Delta Flight 1137, headed to Nashville on a Boeing 737. Scheduled for a 3:26 Central Time arrival in Nashville. For the time being, no membership fee. But you are, of course, always allowed to send super chats and super stickers and any other super things you can find. Coming in from Chicago O'Hare, this is flight 1563. Running a little behind on this one. Was scheduled for a 3:07 arrival, touching down at 3:48, Boeing 757. I'm definitely going to look into the instant buttons, but in the meantime, there are all sorts of playlists on Spotify that are like annoying sounds, most annoying sounds. Air horn frenzy. DJ sound effects. What do we got here? Air raid siren. I don't think I want that. Heading out in the background there, that is Delta Flight 1333. Wait, nope, maybe it's not. That can't be, that's not right. No, I think that was Delta 1737 going to Springfield. United Flight 652 headed to Houston on an Airbus A319. Scheduled for a 4:34 arrival. Landing, Delta 2178 coming from Newark. Early. It's a Boeing 737. This is Delta Flight 1842 to Kansas City. It's a Boeing 757. Landing in the distance there was flight 2542 coming in from New Orleans. Taking off, Delta flight 2859 to Indianapolis, Boeing 737. Hello to Aaron L., Trains and Planes. Welcome to the party. Hello to Gary. Thanks for stopping by today. Landing now. Delta flight 659. Nope. That's taken off. Landing now, United flight 2216 from Chicago O'Hare. Coming in on a Boeing 737. And taking off is Delta 659 headed to Vegas. Thank you for the like and the subscribe, Mo. Delta flight 2032 headed to Louisville. That's a Boeing 737. .4:59 Eastern arrival time expected for that flight to Louisville. This is Delta flight 1739, Atlanta to Austin. That's an Airbus A321. Landing, Delta flight 1418 coming in from Providence. That is an Airbus A320. Nice tight shot there. Coming in a little early. Temperature in Providence, Rhode Island right now is 73 degrees with overcast skies and winds out of the south-southeast at 16 miles an hour. I think they're getting some weather in Providence, or if not, they will be shortly. Let me pull up my nerd radar. Oh, nope, not yet. In addition to that big line of showers and storms rotating through in eastern PA, New York, starting to get into New Jersey, there's also some showers coming in off the Atlantic, so Providence could get a little piece of that action soon, but for now, it's quiet. Heading out, Delta 1605 to Houston, Airbus A321. Heading for the Bend, that is Alaska Airlines Flight 334 to Seattle. It's a Boeing 737. Flight 334 to Seattle, scheduled for a 5:55 Pacific time arrival. That is, I believe, Delta Flight 478 from LaGuardia that just rolled in there. See, there are 31 of you in the chat right now. If you haven't introduced yourself, please do. Tell me where you're from and your favorite ice cream flavor. Coming in from Chicago Midway, that is Southwest Flight 724. And a Boeing 737. In about 10 minutes early for that Southwest flight. John McElroy popping in from LA. Hi, John.
Good news for you. The LaGuardia has come out of their ground stop. They have new edict time. Your new edict time is 2016.
Northwest Arkansas mint chocolate chip. Respect. Mint chocolate chip is solid. This is Delta Flight 374 taking off, headed for Dallas. It's an Airbus A321. In the background, I think that was a flight coming in from Savannah. .374 to DFW taking off now with a 5:04 Central arrival time expected. I like pistachio ice cream. I mean, I like ice cream, period. But, like, If we're talking traditional flavors, I like pistachio. Delta Flight 754 coming in from Detroit. Wheels down there for the Boeing 737. .403 local time here at Hartsfield-Jackson. Temperature is 79 degrees. Winds are out of the northwest at 13 miles an hour. Below average temperatures out there today for Atlanta. Got some showers and thunderstorms in the forecast here over the next few days. It's a pretty decent chance of rain or thunderstorms tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. Wednesday in particular. Had some strong storms move here in the evening yesterday, and then we had a few more overnight. Taking off, that's Delta Flight 2708, headed to Pittsburgh, and a Boeing 737. Chris is from east of Baton Rouge. Vanilla gelato. Gelato's good. I enjoy gelato. East of Baton Rouge. Let's see. A lot of little towns out there east of Baton Rouge. Nothing is jumping out on me on my map. Thunderstorms possible in Baton Rouge today after 5:45, and you're under a severe thunderstorm watch there. There is definitely some stuff popping in northern and central Louisiana. These are some good-looking storms. And by good, I mean not good, but you know what I mean. Former meteorologist gets very excited about strong thunderstorms. Michael Walker popping in from the UK. I'm glad you are enjoying the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I know you're a few hours ahead of us, so if you got an early start, do what you got to do. We will be back several times this week. And we always send out notifications when we're going to do a live. Got to talk to the boss man about what time we want to do tomorrow. But you know, I'm pretty flexible. So, you guys like mornings? You like afternoons? What are you into? For flights, landing, and leaving. Not like, you know, other stuff. That deserves a sound effect. For me being weird and awkward. Jen was awkward. Arrest her. So far the storms are staying north of us according to my Gibson Ridge. Delta Flight 1573 headed for Minneapolis. Boeing 757 taking off right now. Minneapolis at 79 degrees right now. So Minneapolis and Atlanta, the same temperature today. Rolling out here, Delta Flight 2690 to Syracuse. That is an Airbus A320. This is Delta Flight 2050, Atlanta to Buffalo, Airbus A320, slotted for a 5:46 Eastern arrival. You are not the only one into the heavies around here, Aaron. Landing now, that is Delta Flight 1934 coming from Louisville. Sneaking in a little early here. That's an Airbus A319.
Atlanta ground, so
So I'm going to see Duran Duran on Thursday night at State Farm here in Atlanta. Any Duran Duran fans in the chat? Give me your favorite Duran Duran song. Delta Flight 2934 coming in from St. Louis. Boeing 737. 15 minutes ahead of time. Wheels down there. Yes, Triple D, we do get Frontier Airlines here. We've had a couple take off here earlier today. Hungry Like the Wolf, respect. Good tune.
Looks like you got that UCC for 2027. So I can keep you airborne 22 after.
Delta Flight 1879 coming in from Indianapolis. Boeing 737. Coming in about an hour late on that one. Aaron, I may or may not have been born in the same year. That information is redacted. Ordinary World is a good tune. Like just when you thought they were out, boom, they're back. I like a lot of their songs. It is hard to choose. I do really like Ordinary World. But I think The Reflex is my favorite. Because it's just such a random song about nothing. It's like peak mid-80s. Also really like Say a Prayer. I mean, as far as the hits go, is there a bad one? Coming in here, Delta Flight 1452 from Minneapolis. 4:15 arrival expected, so pretty close. It's a Boeing 757. Nice tight shot there. Is it Rare Earthman or Rar Earthman? I don't know. I'm just going to call you Earthman. Hey! Thanks for joining us. And we get a banana alert. I think. Do I have to put on my glasses to see that emoji? Oh no, that's a pencil. Double pencil. Eyesight. Who needs it? Ah, gotcha. I was right the first time. Should have quit while I was ahead. Well, thanks for joining us, Rare Earthman. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Who was just asking about, Oh, wait. WestJet Flight 1590 coming in from Calgary. You know what that means. Very dumb sound effect. Heading out, that was Delta 1902 to Omaha. That's a Boeing 717. For those of you who are new to us today, I arbitrarily decided that international flights get an air horn until we get sick of it or my boss tells me to stop. That is Delta Flight 2127 coming from Greenville, Spartanburg. It's a Boeing 737. Little lull in the departure action here.
Once you're over there in that hammerhead, just monitor tower 119.1. They'll keep you updated on what the situation is with the ground stop. Let them know that you want to shut down once you're in a position that's good for you down there. Awesome, stop here. Thanks.
Delta Connection Flight 4960 coming in from Marsh Harbor. Oh, wow. So you know what that means. That is from Leonard M. Thompson International Airport. I was just double checking to make sure I didn't say the wrong thing, but that is the Bahamas and therefore entitled to dumb air horn noise. Delta 1234 coming from Dayton. Landing 24 minutes early. That's a Boeing 717. Southwest Airlines, flight 3276, coming from Baltimore. Boeing 737, touching down right now. Sneaking in just a few minutes early there on that flight from Baltimore.
Ground Delta 821, 1 post, uniform.
Hello to Willie Dunn. Thanks for joining us today. If you're just popping into the chat, my name's Jennifer. I am your Only Planes host. Delta Flight 1431 coming in from Raleigh-Durham. The Boeing 737. Touching down 22 minutes early. So if you're new to the chat, I would love it if you'd introduce yourself. Tell me where you're watching from and what show you're currently watching on TV that you really like and recommend. Just finished up a couple of pretty whack documentaries. Shiny Happy People, which was on, is that on Hulu or Netflix? I can't remember. And The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, and that one was on Max, although it came originally from the ID channel. So yeah, I like documentaries, but not just documentaries. Enjoy the true crime. Like comedies, like thrillers, like horror movies. Delta Flight 1437 coming in from Richmond on a Boeing 757. Our second flight from Richmond in the last hour or so. Landing about 26 minutes early. Yeah, 26 minutes early. Banana alert. Spirit Airlines Flight 1784 from Chicago O'Hare to Atlanta, Airbus A320. I'm sorry, I guess, for Banana Phone. I don't know. I'm not really sorry. I think that song is hilarious. Southwest Flight 1903, also coming from Richmond. Landing 9 minutes early. That's a Boeing 737 MAX 8, a brand new plane. This is United Flight 204, headed to O'Hare. That's a Boeing 737. Thank you, moderator. I appreciate that. Flight 204 to O'Hare, expected to arrive in Chicago at 5:10 Central Time. Let's see what's happening in Chicago. 66 degrees there right now. Quiet weather right now in Chicago, but they could see some rain after 8 o'clock tonight. We got 3 planes coming around the bend here, preparing for takeoff. First up is Delta Flight 2862 to Oklahoma City. That is an Airbus A320. Spirit Airlines Flight 1220 coming in from Boston. It's an Airbus A320. "23 minutes early on that flight. And that's a brand new plane, that A320. True story, rare earth man. Though I have to tell you, that is something I struggle with. It's being early to things. I'm not always late, but I am rarely early. Touching down, Southwest Airlines Flight 960 coming in from DC. It's a Boeing 737. That is Delta Flight 2244 coming in from Columbus. It's a Boeing 737. Thanks for joining us, Aaron. Come back and see us again soon. Still sitting at 79 degrees here at Hartsfield-Jackson. Winds out of the northeast at 13 miles. I'm sorry, excuse me, out of the northwest at 13 miles an hour. Visibility is 10 miles right now in Atlanta. The dew point is 64 degrees, which makes the humidity 65%. But again, 79 degrees in Atlanta in June, no complaints. Daniel Yeager is back, thankfully. It was a wreck here without you. Touching down right there, that's Delta Flight 1331 coming in from Pittsburgh. That one is an hour and 12 minutes late. It was a Boeing 737. Yeah, no rest for the humid weary for you, Chris, I'm afraid. It was just a wreck because you weren't here. We were all bereft without you, Daniel. Rolling by right there, that's Delta Flight 376 coming from Boston. It's an Airbus A321. Well, thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that. I am an acquired taste. That is an American flight rolling in the background. That is headed to... I think that one actually just came in from Dallas.
Good evening, Delta 765 south. Delta 72 ground, stand by.
ground up 2864 north.
That's a CL-30 you just saw coming across the bottom of your screen there. It's a Bombardier Challenger 300. Okay, teeing up here. That is American Airlines flight 1008. I think my information is backwards here. It says it's going from Dallas to Atlanta, but I'm guessing it's the other way around. Hartsfield-Jackson has 2 runways on the northern side of the airport and 3 on the southern side. This is Delta Flight 2483 to Dayton. That's a Boeing 717. Fun fact, O'Hare has the most runways of any civilian airport in the world. They have 8. Denver has the longest runway in North America, and it is more than 3 miles long. Have you guys heard of this thing called Wikipedia? It's pretty cool. Oh, the rabbit holes, friends. I'm gonna step away from the Wikipedia, for Lord knows what else I'll be telling you. Delta Flight 901 coming in from Cleveland. That is an Airbus A321 coming in 25 minutes early. Rolling out Delta Flight 2086 to Des Moines. That is a Boeing 717. Bernard, how many live stream shows per week? How many do you want?
And we'd like to go 3952, full 45.
Skyward 3952, back to standard back. Standard back, go 3952.
We are a very new show. This is only our third live broadcast together, so we're still kind of feeling it out. Seeing when are the best days and best times to come to you. So the suggestion box is open.
790, Juliet Mike, you wait 737, or 5,
Again, thanks for taking on our time. Okay.
91 Delta 566, good day.
Southwest Flight 187 coming from LaGuardia. It's a Boeing 737.
I have an altitude amendment when you're ready to copy. Any copy, Billy, 1435. Spirit 1435, maintain 10,000.
If you're just joining us for Atlanta Flights Live, or as I affectionately have started referring to it, Only Planes with me, Jennifer Nittoso. We are very glad to have you here. Please like and subscribe. Please introduce yourself. Tell me where you're from and what you had for breakfast. Hey, Chris, don't be giving away the trade secrets, huh? Approaching now, Delta Flight 733 coming from Phoenix. That's an Airbus A321 scheduled for a 5:10 arrival, so coming in early. We did do one this past Friday, Bernard. Planning to do one again this Friday. Rounding the bend, Delta Flight 566, headed to Sacramento, Boeing 737, 4-year-old plane. 73 degrees right now in Sacramento. .647 Pacific time expected for Flight 566. is Delta Flight 2194 with Sky Team livery. Ooh. Coming from the Ham, Birmingham. It's a Boeing 737. Oh, I see that too. That's Air France Flight 688 coming from Paris. It was an Airbus A350 coming in a solid 23 minutes early. 1-year-old plane.
Now Delta 2832, 5000 uniform. 2832 on the ground, runway 7 right. 7 right, standard taxi, Delta 2832. 939.
That is Flight 2389 to Albany. Airbus A320. Coming in now, Delta Flight 2728 from JFK. It's a Boeing 757. "14 minutes early. No, excuse me, 46 minutes early. Wow. Way to go, JFK. It is now 5 p.m. Local time, Hartsfield-Jackson, world's busiest airport. I'm Jennifer Nittoso. You are watching Atlanta Flights Live, our third broadcast together. We're still sitting at 79 degrees here in Atlanta. Definitely mild weather for us as we close in on the official beginning of summer.
Around 1920, we still hold this RJ at 5. It is 4964, continue to ramp. Thank you, Delta 1928. And Delta 939, monitor tower 3.85. Frontier Airlines, Delta 9.
Delta Flight 2306 coming in from Knoxville. That's a Boeing 717. touching down about 15 minutes early. Spirit Airlines flight 226 coming in from Fort Lauderdale in the background. A little late with my banana phone. I'll do better next time. Southwest Airlines flight 724 headed to Dallas. It's a Boeing 737. Touching down right now, flight 777 from Las Vegas. It's a Boeing 757. That is Magma, flight 367, coming from Frankfurt. That was a Boeing 747. Ah, 2 for 1. Delta Flight 67 coming in from Rome. That's an A330. Hello to Nimrod Greeny. Thanks for joining us here on Atlanta Flights Live. Where are you from? What are you doing? What's for dinner? Guys, I have to admit something. Magma Airlines? Didn't know that was the thing until right now. Really dig that name though. Magma Airlines. Nimrod Greeny coming to us from Asheville. I was in Asheville last year for a long weekend. I had some really good donuts while I was there. I cannot think of the name of the place. It was tiny. You go down a flight of stairs to get to it. Oh, solid donuts. Solid. Delta Airlines Flight 1347 to San Antonio. Heading out right now. That is an Airbus A321. Yes, it was in downtown, I believe. Did I say Frankfurt and it was Han? My bad. I swear I know how to read. I just got very excited about the magma. We walked across a park to get to the donut place. And it was in the corner of a building. We went downstairs. I have a picture of it somewhere in my phone. Spirit Airlines Flight 1147 coming in from Cleveland. That is an Airbus A320. On approach right now. Speak of the devil. Delta Flight 1727 coming in from Asheville. On a Boeing 717, running a little bit behind schedule on that one. That was slotted for a 4:52 arrival. Nimrod, I'm going to have to look it up because I cannot remember. But I know in my phone I have a picture of me standing underneath the sign. Here it is. It was Stay Glazed Donuts and Cafe. Like some sort of curry donut. It was so good. Fun fact about me, I heart donuts. Like a lot. It's a problem. Delta Flight 1034 coming coming in from Dallas. It's an Airbus A319. This is Delta Flight 942, headed for San Jose. It's a Boeing 737. We heart our moderator. The schedule today has been a little loosey-goosey because of me. It's all my fault. What dis? Cargo Lux. Cargo Lux Italia, coming from Luxembourg. That was a Boeing 747 there. Get some cool international flights in here today. Lots of opportunity for my absurd air horn extended remix. This is Delta Flight 2912 to Kansas City. That's an Airbus A321 there. Southwest Flight 957 coming from DC. It's a Boeing 737. If you're new to the chat, don't be shy. I'd love to know where you're watching from whence you are watching. This is Delta Flight 1539 to Tulsa. Wheels up there. Boeing 717, 6 p.m. scheduled arrival time, Central Time. comes Frontier Airlines with Rocket the Hammerhead Shark livery. Flight 1355 coming from Midway, Chicago. Rocket the Hammerhead Shark, everybody. Delta Flight 503. That's headed for Portland, Oregon. Boeing 737. That is Delta Flight 2102 headed to Huntsville. All right. Delta Airlines Flight 33. Coming from London. That is a Boeing 767. We actually got to the end of the airport insanity there. That flight from London was scheduled for a 6:30 p.m. arrival, touching down at 5:18. Not bad. This is Delta Flight 301 to LAX. Wheels up there on the Airbus A350. It's a one-year-old plane. I'm so fascinated by new planes, I don't know why. It's all shiny. It's a nice shot. Southwest Airlines getting ready to go here. That is Flight 2879 to Denver. Looking at a Boeing 737 there. Let's see, we've got 52 people in the chat right now. I would love it if you'd introduce yourself, tell me where you're from. And tell me what you think the song of the summer is going to be. Oh good, we get to start all over again, you guys. This is Delta Flight 249 coming in from Tel Aviv. That is an Airbus A350. The A350 counts as a heavy, right kids? This is Delta Flight 2505 to Detroit. Taking off now. It's a Boeing 757. Steve, John, welcome. You are correct. This is our third live broadcast together. We started last week. I am Jennifer Nittoso. I am your host. We are very happy to have you here. Very pleased to see a few dozen people on our third broadcast. You all still qualify as OGs, which is a much coveted status, because you get to make suggestions that I'll probably use. Can't guarantee that'll be the case down the line, you know, when we just have thousands of people in the chat clamoring for me to say United Airlines Flight 225 to Denver, taking off now, Boeing 737. Greetings. RLAS Galacias from Concepcion, Chile. I've never been to Chile, but I would love to go someday. Only been to South America once. It was Peru. Loved it. Hope to go back sometime. Coming in right now, that is Delta 8770 from Portland, Boeing 757. New friends, don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on so that you know when we're going live. Hoping to get a few live broadcasts in this week. My first name is Jennifer. Last name is Nittoso. I had an appointment this morning and somebody called me Ms. Nacito. Nice try. It is why I try very, very hard not to butcher people's names. This is Delta Flight 1872. Coming from Providenciales. Where, Dad? I'm looking on my map. Ah, the Turks and Caicos. Sweet. Never been. Airhorn's getting a workout. That was Dallas 2783 headed to New Orleans. Boeing 757. Thank you for subscribing and liking. We appreciate you. That little baby rolling by was the Bombardier Challenger 300. Delta Flight 1254 taking off now, headed for Houston, Airbus A320. I am not the camera operator. I am strictly the host. I'm the person making the talky talk into the stick. We have 2 photographers out at Hartsfield-Jackson for any given broadcast. I'm not sure which one of them is out there today. It is either Maji or Sierra. They're killing it out there. Staying relatively cool today by Atlanta standards. This is United Flight 2290 coming in from Chicago O'Hare. That's an Airbus A319. And we're coming in about 10 minutes early there. That is United Flight 2616 coming down on one of the southern runways in a Boeing 737. That flight coming in from Houston. People coming into the chat. My name's Jennifer Nittoso. You are watching Atlanta Flights Live, or as I affectionately refer to it, Only Planes. We are a relatively new show. We just got going last week, so we are very happy to see you. Feel free to pop in, introduce yourself, tell me where you're from. Tell me how you like your coffee. This is Delta Flight 2484 heading to the Ham, Birmingham. Quick flight, Boeing 717. Thank you, Mr. Southwell. Alexander, have a good evening. Thanks for coming in and joining us. Enjoy supper. This is Delta Flight 2379 coming in from White Plains, New York. It's a Boeing 717. Heading out, United Airlines Flight 222 to Chicago O'Hare. It's Boeing 737. Bombardier Challenger 300 getting ready to go here. Hello, LA girl. Thank you for joining us. This is Delta Flight 841. Nope, I'm a liar. It's not. That is Delta Flight 2226. Headed to Newark, Boeing 737. Hello, Mirrors MSM, coming in from London. Happy to have you here. Peanut Butter, excellent name. Crawford, Alabama. Hey, neighbor. Oh, look. Friends reconnecting in the chat. Only flights, we bring people together. Only planes. Atlanta Flights Live. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Here comes Delta Flight 223. Coming in from Athens. That's an Airbus A350. Sneaking in here about 12 minutes early. It is an A350-941. That's a 6-year-old plane coming to us from Athens. This is Delta Flight 1549, headed for Memphis. It's a Boeing 737. Scheduled for a 4:48 arrival, Central Time in Memphis. Peanut Butter, where's Crawford? What are you near? I could look on a map, but I got airplanes to watch right now. This is Delta Flight 1442, headed to Columbus. It's a Boeing 737. Near Phoenix City and west of Columbus, Georgia. Okay, I got you. Welcome, Shownuff, to the chat. Delta Flight 1112, headed to Midway. It's an Airbus A320. Shownuff, we knew. This is only our third live broadcast together. We are a new show. We started last week. Jetlinks Aviation Flight 712 coming in from Omaha on a Cessna 750 Citation X. Boom. That's our flight to Midway taking off there. Hello to Edward Hale and Georgia Boy. Thanks for joining us. New peeps, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we're coming at you live again. I do not have a schedule for you yet this week, but I'm working it out. Hoping to come to you live at least a few times this week. This is Delta Flight 1847 headed to Milwaukee. That is an Airbus A321, 6 years old. 5:46 Central Time arrival expected in Milwaukee. So we have somebody from Milwaukee in the chat. Baboon Ninja has entered the chat. Thanks for being with us here. If you've just joined us, my name is Jennifer Nittoso. This is Atlanta Flights Live, and we are a new show. And we are very pleased to see all of you in the chat. Let me know where you're checking in from. Appleton, Wisconsin, Missouri, Mobile. Hi, Larry Richards. La La Land, gotcha. DC, west of Hammond. Born in Burlington, Wisconsin. Delta Flight 759 coming in from DC on an Airbus A321. Wheels down about 20 minutes early there. Mirrors from Birmingham. Rolf Vandenberg, the Dutch from North Carolina. Nice, nice. I think if we get 100 people in the chat, I'm going to have to play another dumb sound effect. I mean, I'm only human. I don't know what, but I'm going to figure it out. Just looking at some options here. That's what I'm laughing at. Oh, interesting. This might be good for later. Put that on the playlist. Touching down here, it is a Royal Air Freight Flight 131 from Talladega in a Learjet 35A. Yeah, that was cute. Delta Flight 1170 to Austin, Airbus A321, scheduled for a 6:49 Central Time arrival. coming in on the southern runways. That was flight 629, Delta coming from Tampa. Taking off, Delta flight 2350 to Indianapolis, Boeing 737. WestJet, flight 1591. Headed for Calgary. That's a Boeing 737, looking at an 8:07 Mountain Time arrival. No memberships yet, Baboon Ninja. As I mentioned earlier, we are a very new show, so we're still, you know, kind of getting in the groove here. Barracuda, fun name, from Lancashire. Well, we got round to it. Here we are. We're here for live broadcast number 3. This is Delta Flight 2078 coming in from Kansas City, Boeing 757. Yep, we've got a couple great photogs out of the airport working hard for us. So, show enough. There we go. Fun fact about the Atlanta airport, which I learned the hard way the very first time I flew into it. Take the train. Don't try to walk. Take the train. Unless you need to get like 70,000 steps on your watch. Take the train. We are glad to be here, Georgia boy. Delta Flight 635 headed to Houston, Airbus A321. Scheduled to arrive 6:42 Central Time. This is Delta Airlines flight 2282 coming in from Nashville. That one's coming in about 40 minutes late. It's a Boeing 737. I'm trying, Chris, I'm trying. Alright, we've got a few stacking up for departure here, starting with Southwest Flight 3255 going to Cleveland on a Boeing 737 MAX 8. There is lots of stuff in the Atlanta airport, Barracuda, so, you know, that's cool. The international terminal is really nice, but it is big. So you really gotta, like, you can't mess around and try and run in late to catch a flight in Atlanta, because the odds are not in your favor. The Lurkers Lounge. That's funny. It's funny. I feed my dogs at 6 o'clock, so we call 5 p.m. the lurking hour, when they start nudging. Hey, Jay Witt, checking in from Kennesaw. Thanks for watching. I play pickleball at the Kennesaw Rec Center from time to time. This is Delta Flight 2800. That's a Boeing 717. It is headed to Knoxville. What kind of donut? I heart donuts. Baboon Ninja, we do not have a schedule set in stone just yet, but we are looking to stream live several times a week. Stay tuned. This is Southwest Flight 960 headed to Kansas City. That's a Boeing 737. No problem, no problem. Since we are new, we are still kind of feeling out when we want to do lives, when we feel like the most people can join us, when things are busy, etc. et al. Delta Flight 2361 coming in from Omaha. Airbus A320. 97. Oof, I better get that. We just hit 100 song ready to go. Thanks. Thank you, Aircraft Explainer. I believe in you too. Coming around the bend. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. You are bestie, duh. We are here for you and your mom. Which sounds like I'm trying to be a smartass, but I'm not. We love your mom. This is Delta Flight 1467 coming in from Detroit on an Airbus A321. Okay, coming around the bend here, this is Delta Flight 2879 headed to Chicago O'Hare. It's a Boeing 757. Beat you to it, aircraft explainer. I'm seeing 99 in the chat. Are you guys seeing 100? I'm seeing 99. $28.79 headed to O'Hare, rolling out right now. Am I missing it? How am I missing it? Well, we're gonna play a song anyway. I'm just gonna take your word for it. This is our We Got to 100 song. But we can't play more than 30 seconds, so we're out. Jay-Wid, we have got camera people over by the Renaissance. And that makes for good shooting for the two northern runways. We won't always be on the two northern runways. We're going to mix it up eventually, but that is HQ for now. Delta Flight 930 coming in from LaGuardia, Airbus A321. Wheels down about 14 minutes early for that one. It is a whole lot of Delta, but not just Delta showing up. We have had a few fun international flights today from Magma and Cargo Lux. Also had Virgin. And domestically we get Frontier, Spirit, WestJet, United. But because we are the Delta hub, it is a whole lot of Delta. Like this one, Delta Flight 500, headed to LAX, Boeing 757.
Flight ground, Superintendent number 2 is at 6 north, with a 350 headed to North Fargo.
I do believe that is a banana plane out there. Landing. Delta Flight 2206 coming in from Lexington. Scheduled for arrival at 4:26. Falling a little shy of that. It's a Boeing 717. This is Flight 2561 on Delta to Gulfport, Boeing 717. Spirit Airlines Flight 1083 headed to Cleveland on an Airbus A320. That was Alaska Airlines coming in right there from Seattle. That's our Spirit Banana plane heading off. If you're just popping in, I'm Jennifer Nittoso. This is Atlanta Flights Live. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that we can spend more time together getting to know you, getting to know all about you, but in like a non-creepy way, preferably. Departures have slowed down for the moment, at least on the northern runways. Hello, Gary. Coming in from Northeast Georgia. It is 6 p.m. local time here at Hartsfield-Jackson in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, where the temperature is 79 degrees. This is a Cessna 182T Skylane that is about to tiptoe down the runway here. This is Delta Flight 375 headed to Jackson. It's a Boeing 717. Aircraft explainer in here with the aviation deep cuts. Hello, Dave Tomlin and Connor Nolan. Thanks for joining us. We are a new show, so we're happy you found us. I'm Jen. How are you? How's it going? What are you guys having for dinner? I may or may not be looking for inspiration at this point. Real talk, it's going to be leftovers. Aircraft explainer, thanks for being with us. Sweet dreams. We will see you again soon. Thanks for the fun facts. Steak and baked potato, solid. Mr. Smokehouse, 6, checking in from Minnesota. How you doing? Frozen pizza. There's no such thing as bad pizza as far as I'm concerned. If I'm here on Friday, I might catch my mom's flight from BWI. Might. Hoping to be here on Friday. Probably in the afternoon, but TBD. Used to live right next to the airport in Minneapolis. That was fun for you, I bet. Okay. Jay-Wit. There's there's something for everybody out there, but I don't like the varsity. I think it's overrated. There's so many good burger places in Atlanta. Hello, Richard. Checking in from Liverpool, where it is... is it 11 o'clock? Peter B. from Adelaide. Hey! Coming to us from the future. Frontier Flight 1699, coming from Cincinnati with the Austin, the Northern Mockingbird livery. You guys, I'm kind of like dorking out for these fun liveries, like with penguins and hammerheads and mockingbirds on them. I wish all the airlines did that. It's funny you asked that. I had never heard of BurgerFi until like 2 weeks ago. A youngster, sort of my pseudo-niece who is much cooler and hip to these sort of things, told me about it. So I have not been there yet, but I would like to try it. There's a brand new burger place that just opened up around the corner from me called Burger Smash, not to be confused with Smash Burger, that I am hoping to try ASAP. Connor from Dublin, thank you so much for subscribing and for liking. Hey, you guys, be like Connor, like and subscribe. Hello, Trident Ken. We are at 101. This is the 100 plus music. Francisco Asensio. Frontier liveries are the best, much better than JetSmart here in Chile. Oh, interesting. Tom Zalewski, hope I'm saying that right. Hello from Wisconsin. Hello to you. It is, by Atlanta standards, a little cool here. Delta 177. I am honestly not sure about that, but I could ask the Googles. I will have to check out those Brussels planes. This is Delta Flight 2753 coming in from Indianapolis, about 20 minutes early, Airbus A321. I think we missed 177. I'm seeing an 11 a.m. departure tomorrow from Dublin with a 2:35 arrival. So assuming that was on the same schedule today, that was a little bit before we went live. This is Delta Flight 2993 coming in from Minneapolis. It's a Boeing 757. Coming in 25 minutes early. Yep, that's heading your way. You are bestie, duh. Actually, that would be your bestie, duh, wouldn't it? Duh. This is Delta Flight 2673 in Sky Team livery. No penguins, no sharks, whatever. This is coming in from Cincinnati. It's a Boeing 737, running behind schedule. This is Delta Flight 537 headed for Seattle, Boeing 737. Your bestie, we are at the Renaissance. The Renaissance Hotel, which is facing the northern runways. This is Delta Flight 532 coming in from Seattle. There's a Boeing 737. This is the longest, but real talk, I'm getting ready to wrap it up here. Just trying to nail down a time for tomorrow so I can tell you guys when we'll be back. Hi, Carol Ann. We're a new channel. you're new to us, we're all kind of new. Thanks for finding us, for joining us.
We need to coordinate to go to the south side via either a 180 or some other direction.
So 194 Heavy, can you make the 180 onto Foxtrot? Look, that's enough money, you need to go all the way out to Echo.
Chris sending a sweet 20 in the super chat. Thank you so much for that. We very much appreciate that here at Atlanta Flights Live. You're a good egg. Coming in right now, this is Delta Flight 322 from Boston. That's an A321. It's a banana plane in the background there. Carol Ann, Atlanta is unusually cool for June. Last I checked, the temperature was 79 degrees. Let's see if that's where we are. Oh, we're actually up to 81 now, but it's been kind of cloudy today. It's been relatively nice. In fact, June thus far has not been all that hot here. I mean, and just by saying that, it'll be 110 degrees in the shade in 2 days, but the spring has been pretty cool, and the winter was crazy cold. Whew, Christmas time, it was like single digits. I'm from up north, but I've been southernified, and my delicate southern blood could not handle that. It was crazy cold. All right, touching down right now, that is Delta Flight 1484 coming in from Milwaukee on an Airbus A321. Trident Ken, thank you so much for subscribing. Much appreciated. LAX, terrible to watch planes. SFO is good. I have only flown out of both of those, LAX and San Francisco. Actually, I think when I flew to LA, I went in through Burbank. So I'm not sure I've ever been through LAX. And San Francisco only once. So I will take your word for it. True story, Chris. True story. Thank you, Carol Ann, for subscribing. We're a new show, so we very much appreciate the likes, the subscriptions. Tell your friends, tell your enemies. Tell your mom who's flying in from Baltimore on Friday. This is Southwest Flight 2004. It was a very good year for some. Headed to San Antonio. It's a Boeing 737. Your bestie, I did see that donation and I did shout it out, but I am certainly happy to do it again. Thank you so much, Chris, for the flight bucks. Much appreciated. I'm easily amused, you guys. It's coming in on one of the southern runways. That is Turkish Airlines, Flight 31K from Istanbul, Airbus 350. It's a one-year-old plane. She big. Kenji, are you, all the Kens, are you LOLing at my just absurd air horn extended remix? I know it's ridiculous, but I'm a ridiculous person. So we're gonna air horn those international flights until you guys like scream at me to stop. United Flight 277, Speak of the Devil, coming in from San Francisco. That is an Airbus A320. It is 68 degrees in San Francisco right now, which I think is like warm by their standards in June. Spirit, flight 1785, headed to Chicago O'Hare, Airbus A320.
Give way to the 321, and then we'll go Foxtrot. From Delta 20.
1484 towards the company Airbus out of 351 in.
Wait a 1 out before going in.
Friends in the chat, if you are new to us,
43 ground test
you are on Atlanta Flights Live. We're a new show, just started last week, third live broadcast together. So we are very happy you found us. Thanks for coming in. This is Delta Flight 725 coming in from San Diego on a Boeing 757. Coming in about 25 minutes early. From a 757 to a Cessna 525 Citation M2. That one was headed to Paducah. Coming around the bend here. This is Delta Flight 2432 headed to New Orleans. Airbus A321. I need to drink some more of my Diet Coke. Thank you, Tom. We appreciate it. Thank you to our moderator for keeping things inclusive and friendly. Aviation Emily has entered the chat. Glad you found us. That is our flight to New Orleans taking off there. Carol Ann, this is the Delta Hub, so it is Delta Palooza every day. Oh, why, thank you, Tom. I worked in TV and radio for what feels like forever. And I am also an audiobook narrator and a podcast host. So if you want to listen to a true crime podcast about really terrible murderers, check out What Makes a Killer. We are about to get our 5th season going. That was Delta Flight 2654, another one headed for Minneapolis, Airbus A321. Trident Ken, it's kind of all over the place. I do a lot of different stuff. Just kind of coincidentally, recently my last 3 audiobooks have been for youths, kind of tween-aged kids, and they have all had LGBTQ plus themes, but they are all great. Teaches a lot of empathy, inclusion, acceptance, friendship. One of them was a real tearjerker, not gonna lie. But I've also done mysteries, romance, nonfiction. You know, Carol Ann, I get that feedback from my podcast too. People say they like to fall asleep listening to my voice, which I 100% take as a compliment because I have trouble sleeping and, you know, whatever gets it done. This is Delta Flight 2058 headed to Grand Rapids. That's an Airbus A321. Scheduled for a 6:41 Eastern arrival in Michigan. Okay. Just got word in from the powers that be. We are looking at a similar broadcast time for tomorrow. We're going to do 3P to 6P. Assuming all of the gremlins and technical gods get us on at 3 o'clock. I had to poke the hamster that runs on the wheel and runs my computer in the butt today. So I will make sure I feed him better tomorrow. Baboon Ninja, giving away the trade secrets. Yes, I do. I do use Flight Radar 24. And this app is cool as hell. It has so much information. It's great. Hi, Rob Blackman. Thanks for getting in the chat with us today. Tyson. Hello from those of us here on Earth. Glad you could tune in. This is Southwest Flight 340 coming in from St. Louis. That is a Boeing 737. Wheels down about 10 minutes early on that flight. Thank you, Rob. Happy to be here. I have noticed that the other airports do seem to have a lot of dudes. Not a lot of ladies out there in the flight announcing game. I am not an aviation expert, though I am becoming one quickly. But I am a former meteorologist. I worked at the Weather Channel for the better part of a decade. Did TV weather before that for small markets. So when we have lulls, like right now, if you guys aren't talking to me, I'm just going to talk about the weather. So you've been warned. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, look, it's me. Hi, you guys. This is my booth where I broadcast from. Touching down right now. That was Delta Flight 715 coming in from LA. Take my glasses off so I look a little less like a nerd. Yeah, so we're looking at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to wrap it up here in about 4 minutes because I just cannot bear the thought of going out on like an odd number like 27. We are among royalty. Plan Mad, how you doing? Hi, thanks for finding us. So if you've been here the whole time, I'm sorry you're going to hear me say this again, but please don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications because we are a brand new show, so we need you, and we need you to spread the word. coming in here. This is Delta Flight 995 from Denver. That's an Airbus A321. It was scheduled for a 5:34 landing. Just a touch shy. Plane Mad, we are glad you found us. We're new, so you're still getting in on the ground level here. If you feel so inclined, you can find me on Twitter at the very clever handle at Jennifer Nittoso. I don't tweet a ton, but I lurk a lot. This is Southwest Flight 957 headed to Denver, Boeing 737. Woo woo! Thank you for subscribing, Plane Mad. Touching down right now. This is Delta Flight 2729 coming from St. Louis. That's a Boeing 737. Horst K. coming in late night from Germany. Thanks for popping in. We'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks so much to our moderator for helping to keep things friendly today. Much appreciated. Rob Cartman, you're catching us in the last few seconds here, so make sure you come back tomorrow. For Atlanta Flights Live, we'll be here 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at Hartsfield-Jackson in Atlanta, Georgia, the world's busiest airport. I am Jennifer Nittoso. Thanks so much for being with us today for Atlanta Flights Live, and we will talk soon.